pleased.
Yeah, they were pretty happy, and there was a whole pile of them in there, so, yeah.
Well, they did send the crew, didn't
They
they?
had
Five of them?
they had a whole pile of them. It's a tiny little building in there for all of us in there, me and
Yeah.
Raymond too. We were all in there crowded.
And you know, they're like auditors, when they come out, they're gonna find something, because that's what they're paid to do. So I was pleased that those are relatively minor things.
Mm-hmm.
And Dale has told me he's gonna do a letter and give them the response they need, so that's good. Questions of those, comments? Do you have anything else?
That's all I got
Didn't
for
want
you.
to cut you off.
That's all I got for you.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate it. Oh, let me say one thing. I think it's time in this, in the next couple of months, start talking about renewing.
I'll get with you.
Yeah, Dale's contract with us expires June 30, so we need to, next month or two, take a look at that and see if we can get him locked in. As you've already seen tonight, and most people here know sewer's pretty important, so I don't want to go like these folks citywide without sewer. We need to have somebody taking care of it. All right, police report. I saw the chief come in. Come on in. Come on up, chief.
Does anybody have anything for me?
Is this the same man that used to give us 20-minute reports?
I'm trying to change.
Have you been cloned?
Yes, sir.
Anybody got any comments, questions? I had someone brag on the department this afternoon. I returned the call. She had two issues. The first was one she got a ticket about. She didn't feel like she should have, but she paid it. And the second thing, she bragged about whatever it was y'all did for her, so, on a separate issue.
Yes.
So she said, I felt like if something good happened, somebody ought to be told. And I said, well, I'll pass it along.
Thank you.
And I'm having a senior moment right now, remembering what it was. And I
That's
just
okay.
talked to her 2 hours ago.
That's okay. A couple weeks, you'll remember. Sorry.
Anybody got any questions? All right, let's get him back over and sit down for him. Chief Hahn, fire report. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. Everyone should have got a report for our end of year, 530 calls we responded to last year. In regards to the warming shelter that was brought up, we don't have any that I know of here local, but I know the county EMA does have some set up at the fairgrounds. They'll be open this weekend, so that is a resource if any of our community needs that.
I believe I saw that the building siege at the fairgrounds.
I believe so.
I don't remember.
I wouldn't swear to it, but
Right. I couldn't remember. I looked it up and then I forgot again, so. Q Barn, that sounds right. I received a call from David Miller with ISO, the Insurance Services Office. So he scheduled a meeting with us for our evaluation, which is coming up in March. So
So they're back.
they are back. They are back. So we've got to test a few hydrants and gather some paperwork for him. And told him it's probably in the most ideal time of year for flowing hydrants, but when it warms up, we'll get them taken care of.
Tell everybody here, if you don't mind, what our ISO rating is.
We are a 5 right now.
And that's pretty good for,
It is. It goes from 1 to 10, 1 being the best and 10 being almost non-existent. And there's only a handful in the state that I know of that's a 1, so that's a pretty good accomplishment for Watertown, for sure.
and the beneficial effect of that is your home insurance.
That is correct. It affects the commercial and residential insurance rates. So as the rate becomes better, the rates on the insurance becomes better also. They evaluate us on our capability, so it's a rating that looks at our water system, our 911 system. A lot of those things are out of our control. That's the 911 center up in Lebanon. They look at our training, call responses, things like that. So
So to be volunteer, that's actually a pretty good number,
it is. It is.
because the response time plays into that.
Right, it does. And like I said, there's a lot of things that is in our control, and some things are rated that are not. I mean, as far as a brand-new water system or, 911's capabilities or things that we could do. So to have that rating is good for us.
I like it, and he's been doing this several years, where they give us the yearly report. And, we hear monthly where they've done 35 or 40 or 45, but when you look at it and see 500 and something over the course of the year, that's more than one a day, obviously.
Yeah.
They do a lot of things and do them well, so I'm always glad to get this, and I'm always glad to share it with my friends to county,
Yes, sir.
because they need to know we take care of ourselves.
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions, comments? All right, thank you, Chief.
Thank y'all.
Let me, yeah, go ahead and sit down if you don't mind. Let me say something to all of y'all while you're over there, Bob and Cody and Chief Hahn and Chief Hinderlight. If we get this ice or whatever they're talking about, or if it gets really cold like they're talking about, y'all check on people. And that doesn't bother me at all. If somebody says, that you're out running around, check on them. The elderly or people who've got small kids, don't let their heat go out, get them somewhere, and don't let them go without food. If we need to buy something, we don't want to be in the paper. What I mean by that is something bad. I don't want to read about somebody freezing to death if we can help. So I know you guys will. I know you're public service, community spirited, but watch for them. Please. I don't think anybody around this table would disagree with that, so. Okay. Well, we're ready for Parks and Recreation. Where's Tunks here? You got it?
I got it. It's on him tonight.
He's what?
It's on him tonight.
Yeah, he can handle it. He can handle it.
How are y'all doing?
Good.
So, last meeting, I was asked about the lights for the big field. I reached back out to the guy that I spoke to, trying to get estimates and quotes and ideas. He done was what I thought he would. I haven't heard back from him. So I'm gonna have to reach back out and try to go a different route, find someone else, and get a quote that way. As far as Field 3, we're still working on the lights for it. Spec Electric is trying to get to us still, but they're still wrapped up. If push comes to shove, we done spoke to them, going to give them a hand by going over and trying to help wire up what we can and getting it ready to go. Games for practices for Friday night and for Saturday have been canceled due to the potential of weather. That way we don't get anybody out hurt or take a chance on getting hurt. So that's where we're at. Baseball, softball signings are out. That's currently underway. We look to having drafts week in March before spring break for schools. So that's where we're at on this.
There's light at the end of the tunnel and 6 weeks away.
6 weeks away.
What was our final count of basketball participants and teams?
I let Jeff and his family handle the basketball side of it.
I can answer that. 600 kids, 58 teams, 5 gymnasiums, Southside Tucker's, 3 here. And Jeff said we were having 30 to 32 games a Saturday.
Yeah.
And he had to referee 8 of them Saturday before last.
Yes.
Killed him.
Yeah, he run from gym to gym that Saturday.
He did, and there's a lot of kids out playing ball. It is. And the folks that have joined in from Southside and Tucker seem pleased with
They have,
the way we do things here.
especially when they come down here and play against some of our teams. They're really pleased.
Yeah, it's good. And all you folks, business folks that sponsor it, we appreciate you. And, you keeping kids doing something and potentially keeping them away from doing something they ain't supposed to do, so it's good. Any other questions, Jonathan? All right, so let it warm up, let's play baseball.
I'm waiting on it.
See you. All right, Chris, I know you back there over the podium, I can't see you, but I know you back there.
Good evening, everybody. Nothing really major. Being the beginning of the year, our first board meeting is next week, so don't have a whole lot from last month. We got, I mentioned last time, two things we're going to start working on this year, just having some train greeters and things like that, just to try to really start hosting the trains in a better light. And we're going to start working on some pop-up museum opportunities where we use the building kind of as it is. Tennessee Central is going to get us some museum items and just do some things like that. So as the train people come and kind of start introducing the whole concept kind of thing. So, and then when we did our main announcement back in September, we sent out a press release, got some good press there, and we'll have some more coming along. Ken Beck, which some of you may know, writes for the Wilson Post. He's doing an article, I think this week, it's going to go in this weekend, about the museum and turntable and steam engine coming and just kind of the growing railroad presence in Watertown. So I think that'll be good. So we'll probably see some of those pop up over the next year as we continue to do some press things. Two requests, talking with Tennessee Central, just because it's technically city property. They would like to see if we can, and Watertown Railroad and Tennessee Central would take care of it, but just permission from the city, on the sidewalk where the train loads and unloads, is if we could get kind of a white stripe in there of some sort, kind of like you would see on a subway platform or something like that. Just kind of starting to think towards the steam engine arrival and things like that, creating some safety things. So they feel like that's something they've kind of wanted to do. It just helps, you know, because people are often waiting when the train pulls back in to load and people are kind of pressing up. So they feel like that would help with this, be a safety thing. And the other thing along with that is at the end of the sidewalk, the loading area, they'd love to just get a sign up there that says, you know, no access past this, you know, point. Again, they'd take care of the sign and we'll work together and get it all done and taken care of. We just want to make sure that's okay if we do those things on the city property. And if we would need some help or a sign post or something, we could, you know, get with the fellows and.
There's my sign crew back there. Can y'all help with that stripe and everything?
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure out who's actually going to physically do it, but we'll take care of it. If we need help, we'll just.
That's good, got the black out marking paint, I've done all the lines.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, all right.
You're about to do something like a subway, boy, we've hit the big time.
Yep, we'll call it an L like Chicago, it's above ground, so. So if that's all right, on the city property, obviously, before we did any of that, wanted to get permission. Other than that, we're excited about the upcoming year and all that's coming, and turntable, and steam engine guys are plugging along, so it's gonna be exciting. Anything else?
But, all right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Chris.
Make a motion.
Oh,
Yeah, if you.
I mean, yeah, I didn't know if it was a,
Tell him to go do it.
Thanks,
All right, somebody make that motion.
I'll make a motion.
okay.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Awesome, great. Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate what you've done. Okay, let's get in, that's all the reports, let's get in some old business. Let me give you a budget report first. The budget reports that I get for the end of the year, December 31st, we just got today, so I hadn't had a chance to go into it in depth. The Budget Committee, Vice Mayor Casey and Councilperson Cromer and I are gonna meet, what did we say, February 4th? And take a look at it and see if we can squeeze some stuff out of it. But I will tell you on the general fund right now, the gap between revenues and expenditures has closed somewhat. We have spent $70,000 more than we've taken in, but we still don't have our January and February property taxes, which are the big months. So I think we'll get back on top of that, and anticipating that. Our Parks and Recreation Fund is a little over $7,600 to the good. That doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you figure out that our whole budget's only about 100,000, that's pretty good. Because we run all of our programs, as Jonathan has mentioned, baseball, and Jeff with basketball. We run everything off of user fees and, well, not really user fees, concessions and sponsorships, so that's pretty good. And then our parks, water and sewer, we are $127,000 to the good, which is what we need to be because with that big debt payment coming up in May. So we can get on top of the general fund, maybe we can start looking at some other things. I always put on there possible budget amendments, but I don't have any tonight. Anybody have any questions about what I said? Look at that and let me know if you do. I'm going to do some reviewing of those numbers and make sure things are in the right place. So we're getting a fair reading. Let me do a couple of things that I don't think will take very long. We authorized, or all of us authorized last month, spending $3,800 for a utility building to store parks and recreation equipment. Jeff bought that for $3,400, and he asked if he could take the $400 difference and use it on gravel to build it up and give it a good base. And so we wouldn't have to wait, I went ahead and told him to do that. I hope y'all will back me up on that. If not, I'm in trouble. Yeah, it's too bad, right, Steve?
That's part of putting in the utility bill. You gotta have a foundation to keep that work.
Yeah, that's what he was thinking, so, hope y'all are okay with that. Laura, you, on your events committee, you got anything to report?
No, sir, we are having
It's
our
okay.
first meeting on Tuesday,
Okay,
weather permitting.
okay,
But I talked to all the presidents, and I think everyone's glad to have a uniform group so that each group can excel in what they do and not stepping on each other's toes or overstepping. So we're excited about that. And we did start a community calendar.
okay,
So every president, you, all the council members got a calendar invite, City
Okay.
Bob. So that is, hopefully we can grow that to more of even having our schools involved, but we thought we'd start small right now. And just so we can work out any kinks that need working out. But once again, that's so that we can plan, we don't have two things going on. You know, the fire hall's getting together, the fish fry, then we're like, hey, let's piggyback on that, and maybe the police want to do something that same day, or things like that.
all right, so you'll have a report next month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, on the projects we've got going, we're gonna talk sewer, but water right now is, these projects, as far as I know, are ongoing. I hadn't heard anything different. Turntable, Vice Mayor Casey and I have got a meeting with everybody else from the federal government and our engineer and architect, in February 11th or 19th.
The Thursday after our February council.
Okay. So, we'll have a report. We're hopeful, and we've been kind of led to believe that that will be the last meeting that the federal government will be involved in, that they'll turn us loose to start bidding the project, designing and bidding. So hopefully that's gonna happen. And of course, street paving, just can't do anything till we get done, right? But, I will say this, if we get what they're saying, our streets are gonna be in terrible, even more terrible condition. And I don't know what to do about it until we can figure out how to get them paved, and we'll start to work on that a little later in spring and summer, about how to fund that. But let's talk sewer. Talked to Steve Jones this afternoon, about, and I know you're behind, I'm not here to browbeat you. But, tell me about what you see happening and how quickly.
I brought a little letter. I usually shoot from the hip, but I did a little letter just to explain a little bit. And of course, when I got here, I forgot my glasses. Then I was thankful that Dollar General didn't look like Kroger did in Lebanon, that I was able to go get some.
It did about lunch today. I had a hard time finding.
Since you brought that up, I do want to brag on Dollar General. Our manager has got some extra people in just to make sure that we are taken care of. So when they run out, they're restocking. Like, she's thinking about our community. So kudos to them for that.
I went in there today at lunch, and I saw people I'd never seen in there before.
Because she has.
And shopping.
Yeah.
They getting pretty rough down there in Lebanon. They fighting over milk and bread and parking spots.
Good lunch? Really? Huh. Well, our chief was down there today, but I think he's getting a hot dog. I didn't think he was doing security detail.
I was working on a trailer putting gas in the cameras.
Oh, okay.
Hey, thank you, Mayor Jennings and council members. Allow me to speak. I am Brian Conrad, the owner of Conrad Construction. I would like to explain how we got to where we are on the sewer project. First of all, I'd like to see if has anybody here been on the jobs to see what we're actually doing. A job this magnitude. I am passing some pictures around a little bit of what we're kind of doing. But our time really was given 365 days of contract, and really time you take the weekends off and time you get the submittals in, the materials made, you're only looking at a 9-month job now. We have had a lot of unavoidable delays throughout the 9 months: weather, rain, temperature, freezings, water line relocation, and also the easement pertaining to the Hall property. The notice to proceed was May 1st, 2024. The Hall easement wasn't agreed to the second time until October 29th of 2024. The water line approval and completed was October 4th, 2024 to May 9th, 2025. Also, that we were talking about on the properties on the west side of Commerce, we are providing stub outs for the future problems these houses may occur because they're all going through each other's yards. That wasn't even in our contract to do. Also, since September 22, 2025, when we sent a time extension letter in to from that time to January 21st, 2026, we've had 32 days of rain and 38 days of below freezing. Even on days when it's not raining, there are still issues that why we can't work just from the previous rainfalls. It overloads the system. The sewer line infiltration is just overwhelming. We were told Commerce was the most important to get off of. It's my most important to get off of. So right now we're focusing on everybody. I've got 8 guys on the job every day trying to do what we can to get off Commerce. Commerce is a 1-lane road. We all know that. We're laying sewer right up the middle of the street. We're tying over the houses that's under the creek side. So really the sewer coming out of the houses are 2 foot deep going to 12 foot deep. I'm getting down to the end though, so bear with me. In the contract book, it does show supplementary conditions, time for completion, liquidated damages. Basically says that the contractor shall neglect, fail, or refuse to complete the work. As everybody knows, that's not Conrad's shape. Note, unusual severe weather. Also, in the standard general conditions, item 1602, consistent failure to perform work, again, has never been an issue or the case with Conrad Construction. Also, in the standard general conditions, item 1802, computation of time explains what days of the years are excluded. I tell my guys, I've been telling them this for several months, but they're moving like molasses in mid-January. And the only thing that's changing on that, of course, is the month. But getting back to Commerce Road, I'm looking about another month on that road. We lack about 100 foot of main line, but I also lack 2 services going to the last 2 homes, and those services are over 100 feet apiece, probably 120 feet. Like I say, we are focusing on Commerce Road to get out of Commerce Road. And when we got the other side of the hill done, we had to shut down because we wanted to get some type of paving established before we jumped on the other side of the hill and started tearing it up. But if you go over and look, Bob can tell you, and even Cody, I mean, and of course the property owners can tell you, it looks like a bomb went off because really pardon the French, it looks, I mean, we're doing a major job for you guys. It's something we're used to, and we don't never have, time is never on our side on anything as far as beating on a rock. My dad's favorite saying is, well, you mean it tore up? Did you hit a rock with it? Well, that's what we do for a living, is beat and bang on a rock. So we are having every intention to get this done. With the letter extension that we had the first time, it put it in May is what we were shooting for. Of course, here we are going to miss about a whole week's of weather because of what we got. But my guys are out there every day. We're getting it. It just ain't to my satisfaction or to you guys' satisfaction. But as long as my guys get to come home and we can have another day at work tomorrow, that's what we're going to strive for. And that's the main thing. I wish it was going better. But this job, with all the subs we had on it, plus what we had to do on it, it's a huge job, and something you guys ain't familiar with, but you know, where I work at in Lebanon, they do a lot more and they offer a lot more because they're able to. But not all my jobs go good. That's just part of my life and what I deal with every day. Getting parts for these machines are getting worse and worse. So getting back to what she was asking about how much longer on Commerce, I'm hoping another month we'll be off where we can get some type of asphalt down, and when spring hits, we can be ready to overlay the whole road and be nice and be done.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you giving all that information. You've answered a lot of the questions I was gonna ask you, but I was gonna ask that you focus on Commerce. I
Yeah.
think if we can get out of there, people will feel a lot better. They've been, and yeah, we got a lot of rock in Watertown.
Well-
And I'm gonna say something, it's not the right word, but they've been inconvenienced a long time.
Yes, sir.
And if we can get them back, and get that street paved, then we can look. And the other concern I have, Brian, very frankly, is we get in the spring, it starts raining, you got some work to do in the creek. Are you gonna be able to get in there and get it done?
As long as rain ain't forecast every day, as long as I have an opportunity where I've got decent weather, because when I crossed it last time, it rained the next day when I was in that creek.
Okay.
So that's part of the ARAP. You got to have a few days of weather to where you can get in there and get out of there.
Okay.
And last thing we need to do is knock out the pump station or something because of something we did in the creek.
Okay. Well, I knew next 4, 5, 6 days, you ain't gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And hopefully the weather will break where you can. Steve and I talked this afternoon, and what we thought we would do is before the next meeting, us all sit down and see how much progress you've made and,
All right.
and what you're looking at for the next month after that. So
Yeah.
hopefully get these folks some relief.
And I know it's a big inconvenience. I
Well,
knew it was going to be
it's a big
since day
job.
one.
It's the biggest job it's ever been.
And there's been a lot of patience out there on Commerce, so I appreciate, you know, not just the council, but also the property owners out there too. A lot of them's been good to us, and a few of them's had a few words with us, but we were nice and went on.
You got that one rock that runs all the way from one end of the county to the
It's just
other.
one rock's what Eddie always said.
Yeah, okay. Anybody got any questions for Brian?
I do, actually, I know, you've crossed the creek down at the pump station.
Yes, sir.
How many more creek crossings are left?
2 more.
That's what I thought, we had a total of 3.
Yeah, one be behind Bob's shop, and one's at the end behind the last
Behind the-
building.
Over by, in the field by the post office.
Yes,
Come
sir.
across. Okay, thank you.
Good questions. Other questions? Here's the man that's got the answers, so.
I mean, it was, I mean, you figured Wilson County's gonna have rock. Wasn't that figured in when you started?
Oh, yeah, every job I do is rock. But I try to shoot for 40 or 50 feet a day, but when I ain't getting about 10 or 15 feet a day, that's overwhelming, which it's not, because it's just, it's a little bit of everything. And when, you know, like I said, the water line took time when we had to redo it, go through the state, that shut me down because I was right there at it. We didn't know it till we almost dug it into the road.
Other questions? Comments?
Plus putting the services out, you know, that wasn't even part of my contract, so and I honor the same price just to get it done, because the last thing I want to do is you have to go back and dig that road up and put those in when it was so deep. We should have done it the first time, but see, that takes time.
Let me ask you another question. You gonna finish in the money?
Oh, we'll be under budget, yes,
You
sir.
got to be.
Yeah, no, I know that. And that's one, all these changes that we do,
Yeah.
you know, and even the council knows, the price I give, that's not, I don't do that. And I did that just because I'm trying to help you guys stay in that. And that's where I'm coming back asking for a little more time. See, try to work out a little bit where we all can have something to be appreciative of.
Well, this is good, what you told us tonight.
Yeah.
It's good, and I appreciate that, and we'll meet again in about 3 weeks and see where we are. And then after that, we'll probably take it a month at a time.
Well, I'm always on TV land, even though I'm not here, but I enjoy watching it, and I always listen to see how many rocks I get thrown at me during the interview.
We try not to throw too many rocks, because a lot of times they'll throw them back at you. So
Yeah, I
we
know.
try not to do that.
But anything I can do from now on, I mean, I'll be more than happy to. And appreciate you guys letting us do the job. We're gonna get it done, and once it's all said and done, y'all can work on some paving then.
Well, let me tell you, since I asked you if you could finish in the money, let me tell you what's out there that you got left.
I can about tell you,
What do you think it is?
1.9,
No, $1,494,252.30.
that wasn't far off from 5.7, was it? Or 5.4?
Yeah, and the good news for us, the decision y'all made to invest the loan proceeds in the local government investment pool have earned us $185,836.30 in interest. So
And
that was a good investment.
Yeah.
And, so,
That is good.
yeah. When I
This
look-
delay is not gonna eat into that, is it?
Or what, huh?
This delay that we're gonna run into. it's
Not into ours, it might into his a little bit.
He just said that you were honoring the price no matter what.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not, it's gonna be, we're gonna be under the budget anyway for the job.
That's what he said, to give us grace on the weather, he's given us grace on the price. Not
Yeah.
what you said.
Oh, well, it's for like the add-ons, it wasn't part of the contract. So they've already got 3 things, was gonna open cut Main Street, and then we decided to try to bore it. So we're doing that the same price to where we don't have to tear the road up, and also did the relocation of water line, and also all the services. So that's things somebody could have took advantage of. We're not those people to do that. We're trying to get it done and help out the city.
Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yep, Steve Jones would have been here tonight. He asked me if I wanted him to come, and I said, well, it's not required or whatever, but he said that, I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, his wife had given him a list of things that needed to get done before the snow got there, and he needed to do that tonight, so I said, that's fine. We're all kind of familiar with that stuff. All right, that's a rundown on our projects. Anybody got any questions about that? Okay, let me go through, well, we've actually only got one more item of new business, and that is, we have a Board of Zone Appeals here, we have a Planning Commission. 5-member Planning Commission, 3-member Board of Zone Appeals. John Jewell serves on both of those. John is, medically unable right now to meet. We anticipate him being back. The Planning Commission has 4 members without John, and we'll be able to conduct our business. The Board of Zoning Appeals without John leaves us to 2, and in talking to Christopher Lawless, who does our planning, Christopher told me the other day that we can appoint an alternate to serve in John's place, or anybody else if they have to be out. So I've asked Drew Herring if he would serve, and he has agreed to do so. Actually, the text he sent seemed to be kind of excited about it, and so I appreciate that. And the way that works is I have to nominate somebody, and y'all have to confirm them. So I will nominate Drew Herring to be our alternate Board of Zoning Appeals member, and hope that y'all will confirm him. Because we have a meeting on February 2nd, so we'll need him.
I'll make the motion to have Drew serve as the alternate on the Board of Zoning Appeal Committee.
That's correct. Got a motion and a second? You know, you don't get too many people that volunteer for these high-paying jobs like we had that don't pay anything. So if you got a man or a woman that wants to work, you better lock them in as quick as you can. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, I appreciate that. We are meeting tonight because of my schedule. I had a county commission meeting Tuesday night. I have the same issue in February because the third Monday is a holiday, it's President's Day. Those of us like Hal and myself, old enough to remember when President's Day was Abraham Lincoln on the 12th and George Washington on the 22nd, or vice versa. But the government got smart. Yeah, not a word you hear much, and I say it facetiously, but combined them onto one day so they could get a holiday. Long story short, I'm gonna have the same issue on that Tuesday night after that. So I'd like to meet on that Thursday, the 19th, if we could, if that would work for y'all's schedule. Everybody okay on that?
And that will actually put us meeting after the last Christie meeting.
Yeah, I think it's that day.
It's 11 o'clock that morning.
Yeah. All right, so we'll set our next meeting on the 19th. While I'm thinking about it, Mike Stoffels here, he does a really good job of keeping our stuff out there on the internet. We appreciate that. We'll get that word out there. I'm sure he'll get it out there. Yes, sir.
I do have someone over in TV land asking, the small cut-through road from Elm Avenue to Commerce has really bad holes and people are cutting over into this person's yard. They're asking if the city or Conrad would be the ones to take care of this.
What do they want us to do?
I'm assuming, deal with the holes.
You put some cones or something out to keep them out of the yard?
That is the entirety of the comment.
I'm sorry.
That's all the comment says.
Okay.
We had barriers up in his yard and
Okay.
around his yard right there. Well, when Mr. Conrad moved his machinery up, we took those barriers down.
Okay.
So, I mean, Commerce is not passable with him where he's at right
Now,
now.
he's talking about,
Elm, where the split road is. right
Yeah.
there, Where you go up,
yeah,
is the corner lot right there where you can turn on to Elm and then go up Commerce.
yeah,
Now, I could put cones out right there again,
yeah.
but you can run over Commerce.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I know, but-
I can put the fence back up if you want me to.
She's.
Well, let's put something out there and see how it works.
Because I've still got all the cautionary stuff
Okay.
there in his yard, we just took it up when Mr. Conrad moved his equipment.
Okay. All right.
Is it just a bad hole in the road?
Is that good?
That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, right in the middle of that,
Because Elm is now having to be travel instead of Commerce.
yes.
So where we live, we now have to like go through the square, go down Elm and then double back.
Yeah.
And there's a little tiny connector road that
Right.
has huge potholes in it that your car falls off in as you try to get up Commerce.
Can we patch that?
I patched it a
I
couple
took
times.
bypass the holes.
Yeah, you bypassed the whole.
And with the cold weather, you know, that cold mix we use,
Yeah.
once rainwater gets underneath it, it pops it right back up.
And we can't get hot mix now because the plants are closed.
No, so we can't get it probably till the springtime, and I've still got the whole patch at the shop.
Let's put some more in there.
Yeah, once it warms up a little bit, where I can get it to stick in there, I'll put
Okay.
some more back there.
That's
Good.
what she's asking. She just texted and said, just patch it or something so that they will stay out of the yard. Cones do not work.
Okay?
Because they've got to have somewhere to
Patch it.
go, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do need to stay out of there.
And it's just getting so
Yep.
much more traffic than usual.
Yes.
All right, let's patch it, and if it comes out in 4 or 5 days, patch it again until we, all right. That take care of everybody out and see, always for your task.
That's all I have.
I'm glad you got our attention. Okay, so we talked about the 19th. All right, we'll go around the table. Ms. April, you're first.
Oh, just about, we need to make, so now that we've got the QR code for Everbridge, it's ready to go. We just need to get it printed. and hung on business windows so everybody can click on that and get signed into Everbridge. That's that texting.
Yeah.
Used to be Nixle. We have a QR code that everybody can just scan and get signed up for that.
And that puts you into the program?
You will
talk to
receive
somebody
alerts.
that's not very astute on these type of things.
It's
Can we
okay.
get it in the paper? Can we put the QR code in the paper with the little
Yep.
write-up on?
I have, yeah.
what Maybe Michael, sorry, Mr. Michael, can put it in the, put it on the website and just
Yes. Heather Butler is the one that did up the,
write up.
yeah, the mock-up. And yes, that's what she was talking about.
You want to send it to me and put it on your website too. We can do just a separate page for it. It's all
I think it's already on our, the website that you created.
Is it on there?
I think you put it on there sometime.
Okay. So do we need to do anything tonight?
I just wanted to let you know that we just need to get some stuff printed to put in windows and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you talking about printing up like some cardboard
Something
signs,
a
something a
little
little thicker
more
than
substantial than paper.
Right, so it will last longer to put in the,
Yes.
I mean, how many are we talking?
I don't know, just enough around the, I don't know, enough around this, maybe,
We usually do about a dozen for the chamber posters.
Yeah.
windows and stuff.
there we
Okay,
go.
so you're talking about a dozen posters, yeah. Okay.
That's it.
So how much would Wendy budget for that?
And she said you have all of she said you have all the sizes and stuff already, so.
If she emails it to me,
You can bring,
Okay,
you can
you
bring
need an
me the
email?
bill.
So can we make a motion that we can purchase 10 of those signs?
I'll volunteer, you can bring me the bill, don't worry about it. We won't follow a motion on a dozen posters.
Okay,
There we go.
all right,
We'll get it done.
Thank you.
Easy enough.
good.
That's all I got.
You're gonna put it on the
I
website,
actually,
And you're gonna get the newspaper?
I can do that.
Thank you.
I actually went back yesterday, and I'm not real sure I got a good explanation for it, but I read the last 2.5 years of the minutes of this city council. Not the, the fluff, but when we actually did something. And that was in there, and I wondered yesterday, April, while I was reading that, I thought, well, I just missed it. But in reading those minutes, we've done a lot here in the last 2.5 years. We've done a lot in the police department. Really have stepped up our game, and I'm proud of that. So I'm glad to hear
Thankful.
that. Proud of y'all. Good group to work with. Caleb? Cal?
What about the 911 button? Do you need anything?
I'm still waiting on AT&T to get back with me. I guess that they don't know what original old landlines were, because they said that it wasn't their system, but it was their system. But she said she should have something back for me in the next couple of weeks. And for you to know, the panic button's outside. There's supposed to be two, there's really only one. I think that when they cut all the wires from your side, it doesn't mean you did. But when the wires were cut, that was cut. Well, there's a lot of people that drive up, and EMS, all the doors are locked. My door's not locked. But they'll come in there, and we can't get a hold of them, because we can't get in their side of the building. So we have to end up calling dispatch or, 911, hey, can you send somebody? And we used to have a call button that you just pushed, and it dialed it automatically. You can speak on that speaker that's out in front of the police department, in between us and EMS. That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
And, hopefully it'll be just minimal cost, because it's really not a sophisticated, all the program and all the cores there, just having some kind of router at the end of it to displace that call when they push the button. That's what he's talking about.
I think we could use some of the other stuff that's already there if they'll just tie that into it. But if they don't want to run the phone line, but their secondary line, I looked at all the stuff though too, it's all still partially there. All they have to do is literally run their box.
Yeah, they have a lot of terminated at the end where it come out of the building.
Yeah, and
which
then
would
the
be
other
tied
stuff's
into-
above.
Yes, sir.
All right, if you can't get them, holler at me again, and we'll call Jeffrey and see if he can get a hold of them.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? Thank you, sir. Ms. Laura?
I don't have anything, I just want to tell you guys, thank you. And I know these next few days are gonna be rough. The other night, I saw Cody, or early in the morning, Cody and Bob out there on the woodland. You know, it was cold, they're out there, and they're laying on the ground, and these next few days aren't gonna be great, so thank you for what y'all do for us.
3 meetings in a row you hadn't had?
I'm getting ready.
Stephen?
Now, I've only got one thing. I've had 2 different people ask me about this. Long-term, we're trying to figure out what, they're asking what we're gonna do with the old city hall on the square. And specifically, and Chief Hahn had mentioned this, and I got a call from someone in the community about this, because apparently WEMA folks had mentioned something to them. Would we have the option of moving the old, is it a 65, 66 Ford? 67? The old equipment that we have that's just used for, it's historical, we don't even use it in a, or do we occasionally use it in a parade?
It's working on it. My thought with that was to utilize that bay almost as a museum. If we have train days or whatever, we could do a little plaque about it or open the door and let them look at it and still be part of the community, still be right there on the square, but open up a little space.
But basically get it out of the WEMA building over here and give us more space over here and potentially utilize that space. Now, my only concern with that is the Round Lake has been doing their oil change services for the community out of that bay.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're still doing that or.
I don't know either. Anybody know?
Or if they want to continue that, could we, on the Saturdays they want to do that, could we possibly pull the fire truck out and park it on the square? I mean, I don't know. I've had 2, like I said, I had, Chief Hahn said something to me, and then another person in the community said something to me this past week, so I wanted to bring that up.
I had somebody say something to me about it too. We need to find out about the oil change.
Did you say you knew?
No, I was gonna say we need to, have a little electrical party there before we get real excited about putting stuff in it. 'Cause
Okay.
there are some things that need to be
Tidied up.
checked first.
Well, but it sounds like a good idea, and I'll, Watertown playing ball tonight somewhere. I got a reason for asking that. I usually see Alex Piercy at the ball games when I'm there. Alex would know that, so when I get a chance, I'll ask him. But if y'all
They moved
see-
tomorrow night's
ask him.
game till tonight.
Yeah, if y'all seen Alex will know, or anybody, I guess others from around Lee, but I think Alex is still chairman of the Deacons. Okay, that's
Well,
good.
and a follow-up to that, have we made any progress with the trash and upstairs in that building?
We took some of it out, but we have nowhere to dump it. We have to have a dumpster to go in there and take it out, because everything's black mold. I mean, it made one of my workers sick, you know, over the period of time we was back up in there, but we did get most of it ripped out, and it's basically just the back room now that we've got to clean out. But we'll have to have a dumpster to put everything in.
Can you do a little research and get us a price next month on a dumpster? Or can we use is the dump truck big enough?
Yep.
Dump truck's not
I
big.
hauled it in it last time, but I have nowhere to haul it to.
Okay.
So I need a physical dumpster, which there's a Mr. Brown that I know of, and I know his rates last year was $700-800 for his dumpsters, and that's a 20 to 30 yard dumpster. And pretty good size, you know, it would fit in the alley back there, but we're gonna need a pretty good size one to clean the rest of it out. Because there still is a lot of stuff over there. Not including all the electronic stuff that's in the front room that we've saved up there, so. But once y'all, if y'all can give me a dumpster, or I'll find out a dumpster, I'll be more than happy to clean it out.
I think Tennessee Roll-Off, I think that was the name of it. They were real good with the Mile Long Yard Sale about donating and helping Watertown. They said they love to help out, especially small communities.
Yeah.
So I don't know what their prices will be.
I've talked to him before when he put his sign on the softball field over here, so I can contact him, but
Yeah, if you'll follow up with that, that'd be great.
Yes, sir.
I'm a new member of Historic Watertown that just moved to town, and he has a small dumpster business. And he might be interested, he's very interested in helping out the community, and they just moved in right back up, Neil Road.
Okay.
His name's Logan Pittman, I can give you his number, but he has his own small dumpster business as well.
Okay.
I'll see you back there.
Somebody raised their hand over here.
I was just gonna say, Lee Bond has dumpsters too.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is that it? Hal? Glad to have Hal back. I hope he doesn't mind saying, but Hal's had some medical issues and they've overhauled him and he's good for another 100,000 miles.
13 years.
Yep. Yep. Glad he's back healthy. All right.
We did get the top cleaned out. Are we planning on pouring back in that place, or are we done?
Well, we're gonna have to talk about what needs to be done over there, obviously the mold, the electric and all of that stuff. But I think that building ought to stay with the city. I think we can find uses for it.
That pouring back thing was pretty good for mold, because they go in and take the windows off, and they
Yeah.
seal tight the building, and they pump it into the building, and it kills bacteria and mold. And that may not be a bad thing to partially have done before they're digging around, stirring it up for themselves, just so they don't keep.
I mean, I like that, I get much around, you know.
No, I know they're big into doing whole houses and stuff, but the way that thing's done, they could probably just do it upstairs and seal it off, but they have big hose systems in, the truck pumps the stuff in, you can't be around it, 'cause it's not good either, but it kills all the bad stuff, so.
I kinda like that. But then when we have to go back in after the stuff,
Well, it's kind of like, you know, they do like fog bombing for like
if
bugs
after
and
we
stuff.
remove everything, would we need to go back in?
I don't know if you have to do
Follow
it again, you could probably do the spray bleaching and stuff after that, but I think it's pretty good at killing overall, it seeps into all the areas. So, but we'd have to talk to neighbors and stuff too, it's gonna be a little interesting.
I think what I said about staying with the city, I think there'll always be a use for the bottom floor, for office space or chamber space or historic Watertown space or whatever. The upstairs is more of a challenge because there's no fire escape. There's only one way in and out. So it's probably destined for storage unless somebody wants to make a major investment in that and fix a way in and out. But we can always use the storage. But that bottom, bottom has a lot of history to it. There used to be a jail there.
I started to ask, is it still back there?
No, I think somebody told me, I hadn't talked to them, somebody told me that when they took those bars out and cut them up, that Mike Hunter got some of them. But, you know, I can remember as a boy,
That's a pretty good
that
size
jail.
room back there.
Yeah, it was back there. And I don't know if we had any dangerous criminals or anything in there. We probably had more of the Otis of Mayberry type criminals. But that building's got some history in it. So, anyway.
Don't hold too many criminals, so the one we had back there, the one the criminal, but he took fires and took it apart and came out.
Yeah, they walked out of there pretty easy. Like I said, it's kinda like Otis, they checked in, decided when they were ready to leave, they left. So, anyway, we got any other business before we start telling stories here, it'll get rough. Y'all know I like to talk history. Anybody? All right, I'll take a motion. All right, we're out of here. Appreciate everybody.